being interested in the topic. I'm pretty sure that this webinar is going to be very useful for you right now and also in your future. I'm sure it will take a lot of headache away. Okay, could you please put the plus in the chat if you can hear me fine and if you can see me fine? Okay, I see pluses. Wonderful. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, then let's start with the presentation, okay? Okay, so my name is Darья Igorevna. I am a teacher assistant in the Institute of International Education in Moscow State Pedagogical University. And once again, the topic of our presentation, today, just a moment, I will restart. Can't see my mouse. Just a moment. The topic of our presentation is information overload, the art of note-taking that will save you. And it will save you, trust me. So a bit about me. I studied for my bachelor degree in Moscow State Pedagogical University, and I have a profession of teacher of English and French. Then at the same university, but in a very special faculty, Institute of International Education, I have completed my master degree of Master of Education. And I also work at the same institute. And I love my working practice. It's really great. International exam that I've taken was CAE. If you're interested, you can also ask me at the end. I took a couple of internships. The first one was with ISEC in Vietnam. I was teaching English to Vietnamese students. It was a great experience because it was the first experience, my first experience ever of teaching. And the first students I had, they were like older, they were Vietnamese, they didn't know Russian. It was very interesting. And in France. Okay, could you please tell me a bit about you, your name, your grade, and the city, so I could also get to know you a bit. Okay, thank you. We'll have a look. I need to switch then. Okay, could you please take a print screen just in case of this glossary, because I will have these words at some of the slides. So that you know the words, yeah, you can have a look and then save it. And if you have some questions, you can have a look when you need. Okay. So we'll move on. Guys, could you please tell me, information overload, like, are you experiencing this right now? Can you relate to this topic, or you're not feeling it yet? Could you please tell me, are you feeling that you have this thing? Do you feel that you have information overload right now? Definitely feeling. First, you need information. Well, today you'll have some. You have great webinars with us, so I'm sure you have some information to deal with. Okay, great. So information overload is actually our reality right now, and we have information from everywhere. When you looking through your, I don't know, feed in social network, when you go to Yandex and you have a look at the news, everything is considered to be information. The tasks that your mom gives you, it's also information. Everything that you consume from your school teachers or from any webinar, any source of information, it is considered to be that. And nowadays we have a lot. Now, back in the day, people just used to have some simple jobs. They would take care of, I don't know, like planting some crops, and then you just go home, you eat, and you go to sleep. The life was very easy. And right now it's changing, and we will have even more information since time. And you have to be equipped, yeah, to take this like stressful feeling that you have too much to somewhere else. So you could be more like more balanced as a person. Okay, could you please, now I also need your participation. Could you please tell me, where do you store your information? Where do you write when you have some tasks? Do you use your smartphones, or maybe you use some applications? Maybe you write in notebooks. Could you please share your ideas? Brain sometimes help. Good. Word file, notebooks mostly. Well, I'm sure that sometimes, Emil, sometimes that you can forget the things that you've put here. I'm not sure it always works perfectly. Well, we're all humans, and sometimes just not there when we need it. Notebooks, again, you can forget it somewhere. You can, I mean, you have to buy a new one when it's like completed, yeah? But what we could use very efficiently, some apps, yeah? It's some apps. I will tell you about such a tool which is called Evernote. Yeah, so let's, happens. Let's go have a look. This is the Evernote page. I hope you can see that, yeah? This is how it looks. I chose to have a darker theme, but you can change it. So this is how it looks, the program on my Mac, but it works in any computer, any phone, so no worries. It's free, very important. And even if you buy like a more advanced version, it's only 200 rubles, I think, per month. And if you're a student, you will have around 50% off. So just 100 rubles and you can have like loads of information. So just quickly for now, you have notebooks here. Yeah, I have Russian interface, but I think it depends on the language of your computer. If you want to change it, then you can. So here are some notebooks. I will tell you about the system a bit later. So now you know how it looks, okay? Yeah, let's come back. So information, where do we get the information from? From everywhere, yeah? First of all, you read books. The sign on the left, it's Kindle. It's like an electronic book with the same name, and the app iBooks. If you have something else, I'm just using an iPhone and I have iBooks here on my computer as well, but there are plenty of others. You can use Lector and some others, yeah? But when you read, do you read it for nothing? I mean, do you take some notes? It's when we take notes, because if you read and then you simply forget, it means that you read it for nothing. And that was a really huge opening for me, because I used to read books without taking notes myself. And when I started doing it with notes, then since some time I could go through, and it really was a nice thing to do, because I came back to the thoughts that I had when I was reading. Or if you're preparing for the state exam in Russian or in English or in any other subject, when you read something, you take notes and you save them, then you can use it when you write an essay, for example. Before writing an essay, you should have some overview, yes? You should have some information about the topic so you could produce a nice essay. So then articles, yeah? You will deal with articles also at university, and it's really important to read them and analyze to understand the key points of the articles. Then simple notes that you have like on your mobile phone, the app. Then social media again, yes, we have Contact, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now everybody wants to like deliver some value, yes, so we have lots of information. And web pages, of course, yeah, when you're scrolling, when just surfing the net, yes, you're scrolling, you're reading, and every single word you come across, it means something. There is a thought, a certain message, and if it's worth, then you should save it, yeah? And then you should put it, for example, in inbox in Evernote. Yeah, so you took some notes and you have to filter. Okay, so you have to have a mindset of a curator. A curator is a person who like takes care of information, how to select it. For example, you have a project, or in our case, you need to write an essay, for example, and you need to select specific information, maybe even pictures that can help you to create a nice essay. So here you have some points. Timeless, it's good to save ideas that are timeless. For example, you were reading something and you got an insight, yes, a thought that, okay, and it brings you to some memories in your life, or it brings you to, okay, I can use this in my essay about like friendship. Yes, and you save this note, you put the heading, and you can easily find it at any time. Then digest. Yeah, so here's the approach to information is a bit like to food that we have. Yeah, so when you eat food, you also have to like think, is it good for me or is it not? I hope that you do analyze what you eat, and the same approach you should apply to the information. So you need to make sure you can digest this information, that you have, for example, enough like knowledge about the topic, that you have enough words. If you read in English, for example, your vocabulary is quite broad. Then subtle. You shouldn't be like reactive. Yeah, you shouldn't react to what the media gives you. For example, this headline or this, I don't know, like picture, you have to analyze it always, analyze the information. Is this true? Or maybe these are fake news. I'm sure you studied how to differentiate fake news from like original news, yeah? Then deliberate. Again, information is like brain food, and if you want to be successful in life, if you want to be successful at your exams, yeah, if you want to be successful at your studies, you always have to be very, very conscious about what information you give to your brain and how you deal with it, because otherwise it comes from here and it goes out here. You know that, yeah? When you don't pay attention during lessons, or when you read and then you forget, you can't retell. Yes, you can't tell anybody what you read. Okay, again, glossary, just in case, you can take a print screen if needed. Then there is a question, what shall we keep? Yeah, what shall we save in our notes? By the way, there are really many cases when you're studying at school and you think, oh, history, I'm not going to need it in my life. I'm not going to have conversation about history. Or physics, that's too complicated for me. Guys, but you never know what's going to happen with you in life. But with this like digital like storage of your knowledge that you received at school or at university, you can then just go there. Okay, I remember on my like last year at school, we had this lesson, it was about this, and you go and you search and you can take this information easily and use it in your life and professional life and so on. So first of all, you have to pick something that is inspiring, something that makes you feel like, oh, that sounds so good. It motivates me for, I don't know, it motivates me to have better grades. It motivates me to go to take this profession that I think is going to be very difficult, but I like it. It sounds good. Yes. So something that brings like awakens feelings inside you. Okay. Then something very useful. Yeah. It's not information that is like fine to know, but you know that you can use it. Again, if you're now focused on your exams, yeah, so you have 1, 2, 3, or how many exams? I took 5, I think. So I had to really like have lots of information on different topics. And if you're working on some project, or if you're writing an essay, yes, before writing an essay, you have to do research. You have to know what you're writing about. Then easily lost. This is what like I mentioned before. Yeah, so any information that is not fixed anywhere, it's easily lost. You can easily forget that. And you can rely that you have this like notebook and in 20 years you can find it. However, I'm more sure about the digital world right now. As we see what's happening now, everything is online, yes, and everything is digitalized. So this is a bit more like safe. And of course, it should be personal. So you develop this personal approach, the same as teachers trying to give personalized feedback or a personalized lesson or task. You also have to think about your interest in store this information that seems to be very like important to you personally. Yeah, not to someone else, but to you. All right. So here I would like to tell you how you could like organize a note. Yeah. For example, yeah, just a moment. Let me show you first where we can take the notes. Okay. So there is a website called Instapaper. And you can register there. It's also for free. And even if it's paid, it's not much, really. It's a reasonable price. So have a look. This is how it looks. Some of the articles, just demo version. Yeah, it's not what I'm interested about, just some general things. Okay, so you go to Google. Yeah, you manage here you just register. You put your email. It says confirm your email on your mailbox. You do, and here you have your account. Then you need to go to settings before you created Evernote, of course. And here you connect. This is the sign. This little elephant is the sign for Evernote, and you need to connect it. Yeah, you need to connect Instapaper to your Evernote. So you've done. Here you will click in this box, and here you will click connect. Now when it's done, it looks like this. Then, for example, you Google any subject that you need. Maybe you need something for literature state exam, or for English, maybe you need some topic, a specific one that you don't know yet. Yeah, maybe you need something for your essay. Or just, for example, you're preparing for a history exam. Yeah, it's loads of information. And for example, you Googled, you open a website with any article. Yeah, with any article. Then here on the right, so it's like расширение, yeah, in your browser. You click it here, Instapaper, it says saved, and it automatically goes to your Instapaper account. We update. Yeah, here it is. This website is better because on a normal website, you have a lot of distraction, which is some advertisement or pictures or something is popping up. Here, just blank page and you read. It's better for your brain, trust me. So you open the article and you will highlight some of the pieces that you like. Yeah. So for example, we like this heading and we like the first paragraph. We click to make a note. Then, for example, you liked something else. You also highlight it here. Okay, yeah, so here I saved a lot, and here he says 5 free notes per month. Yeah, so this is not much. And then you see only $3 per month. I mean, that's if you need this service, it's not much and it's really helpful, trust me. So for example, I managed to do this one. Now we go to Evernote. Here it is. I have a notebook inbox. Yeah, so inbox where you get automatically everything you saved from the internet. Yes, I will also show you how you can do this without Instapaper. But in Instapaper, you can save specifically the passages that you need, yes? So specific paragraph or specific phrase. So you have it here. It's automatically, you don't need to do anything. Yeah, so you see the heading, you have a piece of the information that you saved. If you have, this is from a book, you will see it a bit later. You can also connect them, like, and yeah, merge. You can have 1 out of 2, yeah, but then you manage everything you want inside. Okay, good. Now, as you have done the note, yeah, imagine you have lots of, at least, I don't know, 10 paragraphs. Then you should follow this structure. First of all, you have notes. Then you read what you put there and you see what are the key points and you put them in bold. Yeah, this is like when it's like this, the black one, жирный shift, yeah, just in case. This is called in bold, and you highlight some of the key points that are very important from those pieces. Then the next step is going to be key points of the key points in bold. And this is very important because you highlight it in, I don't know, yellow or any other color. Because when you open, imagine you're a busy person, you have 5 exams and you don't want to waste time and read it again. Yeah, you don't want to read it again. And you look at these notes, and for example, if nothing was highlighted, then I see Dostoevsky, something else, department, so some random words, yeah, where your eye will catch. And it's not really what the article is about, yeah, it's not really what your note is about. But when you highlight it, you see that it's Resign College Education for Smart People, okay, intensive study, 3 separate quarterly sessions, hard and soft skills development. Okay, so you have a rough idea of what that's about, okay, so you don't waste time. And finally, summarize. Like, no one teaches us to work with information, but I think these tools are really important for students, for school pupils. So you do this, you summarize the main ideas, what that was about and why is it valuable to you personally, okay? So most people's notes look like this. It's jungle, it's not structured, it's some random pieces of information that you've heard that you put down and you're like, okay, where this from? It's just a mess. And I want your notes to look like this. So this is actually interesting. So you stay on the mountain, it's the basis of your knowledge. And then you look at some other mountains and you understand what you already know. Yes, you know your mountain. And you see what you still don't know. Yes, the things that you can still explore. Okay, so the structure of the Evernote. It's nice to have an inbox, yeah, 0 inbox, where all of the notes come from the internet, from the web browser. For just a moment, I want to show you how to use only Evernote. Here you also have an option to click an elephant, and it asks you, what do you want to do? Do you want it to look like an article? It will change. Simple article, yeah, then everything goes away. Then the page, the whole page, and this one, show us please. Okay, so it's the same, it depends on the settings of the page. So for example, you only need this, yes, save the copy, and again, it goes to your inbox. Then you have hot, yeah, number 1. You have number 1 for hot notebooks. Hot means that this is your project, yeah, this is what you're working right now. For us, for example, it's some exam, it's state exam, it might be some essay. For an essay, you should have a separate notebook. Yeah, we're not used to do this. We like to find the already made essay, but this will develop your brains better. Then cold ones. These are information based, yeah, the information that is relevant to you, that is important to you, that you can use for your, I don't know, future plans. Maybe you're going to travel. I hope you will do it soon. Then something personal, yes, maybe your goals for 2020, maybe the list of universities you want to have a look at, you want to visit. Then archive, yeah, this is also one of the most important notebooks. Again, when you finish your school, you have a certain, like, such a pile of notebooks, and you can save it there. And maybe you will use it, maybe not, but if you do need to use it, you will be relieved if you have it here, if you have it stored. And then various, these are just mine, I hid them there. Okay, yeah, so for hot notebooks, very quickly, they're project-based. So if you have an essay, if you have an exam, everything that is relevant to you. Maybe you have some university and you want to, like, explore the structure. What do they have? What facilities, internships, whatever. Then actionable, you know that you will use this information. You know that it's not like, maybe I will have a look sometime later. No, this is not for that. You can put it in cold. A draft, yeah, if you have a draft for your essay, it should be also here. It's better to come back to your draft a few times, yeah, when you write an essay, because you have a fresh eye. And the outline, yeah, collecting ideas for future essays. So again, like argumenting, yeah, arguments, but like what else? So, you have to have some ideas for your essays, right? Okay. And cold notebooks, yeah, so it's not actionable, not like it can wait. Yeah, maybe in the future you will be interested in this. Long term, yeah, so you think, okay, maybe in a few years or somewhere when, like, someday when you have time, yes, we love to say. Then uncategorized, when you don't really know where it belongs, whether it's, I don't know, education or your professional field, so just something general. And tangential. Random and scrolling. Again, you don't know whether it's useful to you or not, so you want to just put it aside. It sounds good, maybe it interests you, but you don't really know. So everything that is connected to some uncertainty, or you don't know where to put it, yeah, you don't know if you have such a notebook yet, so you put it there. Then for now, could you please tell me if everything is clear? Maybe you have some questions right now, just quickly, or I will show you how you can work with books as well. Is everything okay? Could you put me pluses? Clear? Okay. Maybe some pluses would be good. Everything's clear. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, then let's have a look at Evernote one more time. So, for example, we have a notebook hot. For example, you're going to travel, yeah? No, travel should be somewhere else. Yeah, I'm going to travel, but I'm not able yet, so I'll delete that. It was just some leftover. So, for example, we have hot ones that are here. Essay, if you write an essay on, I don't know, education, yeah, so you look through articles and you save the notes here. Then if you have maths exam, you save everything here. A couple of words about English state exam, yeah, for example, you have some topics, yeah. You have to have a certain range of vocabulary, so you get a better mark. You have to have a certain like complex structures, grammatical structures that you need to use. You can also have some prepared chunks that you can use there, and it would be good for improving your essays. And here you can also store like topical vocabulary. Education, you have a list. Then holidays, leisure time, you have a list. healthy food, please. You can also attach the links where you can train it. Yeah, so you found a website where, I don't know, maybe Quizlet, where you have this specific set of cards with words that you can use. Also use, click it here. Then you studied it in September, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's already May, I probably should do a revision. Yeah, so you go through your notes, you do only revision, everything, every information, every piece of information is here. You don't need to do the work again. Then, if you are in love with planners, there are some templates that you can use. Let's have a look. Let's create a new one, yeah, a new note. Then you click here, the templates, and you have lots of templates. Have a look. You can use it. It's already made. Like losing weight. Nice. Yeah, aims for a year. Some are for like working people. Yeah, so various options, or you can create your own. Sure. So, for example, yeah, daily. Here, daily, yeah? You can practice your English when you also put down some of the points in your planner. So you get up, what you do in the morning, then your homework, yeah? So you can have your planner always here. You have the same app on your phone, and also have a look. Weekly planner, yeah? So you have to, for example, put a schedule for preparing for your state exam. Okay, you have 5 weeks left. What kind of revision you need? Which topics would you like to like revise or maybe like study again? That you know this is your like weak point. Yeah, you can fix everything here. Then calendar. Yeah, specifically like variant 1 this day, variant 2 this day. And when you visualize, you also see the result of your work. Yes, you know that you're working, this is the result. Oh my God, I've done already 10 variants. This is really good. Then useful for when, like now when you're studying online, you're not writing in your notebooks probably, or if you do, you could also do this here. Yeah, this is the coronal system of effective studying. You could have some information about the subjects, some key points, the date, the name of the subject, and then some key questions that were tackled during the lesson. Then again, you see выделяй главное, and it's highlighted. Yeah. So something you put down, something you highlight. It depends on the like priority, on the importance of the message. Then you can have matrix of Eisenhower, it's German, I guess, and also a very, very nice template that teaches you a system. Yeah, so you don't even need to go somewhere else. Then, for example, you have right now you're listening to these webinars, and where do you store information? Again, you put it somewhere, and at the time when you need it, like, will you find it right away? Will you find the website for speaking where you can practice speaking with a native person? Yeah, so italki is my favorite, so you can put it here, and then lots of others. If you have grammar vocabulary, I remember like my colleague told you about the dictionary, so you can have a set of dictionaries here. For reading, for example, Readlang, if you don't know, check it out. For writing, yeah, so this is a perfect wardrobe with the many drawers where you put the information and you know where everything is. And yeah, for Russian exam, you can have lots of ideas for essays. Yes, I remember that you have to have some ideas to prove your opinion. Then for code, for example, language learning, you want to learn some more languages, so you put down, okay, in next year I want to learn French or German. Then if you want to travel or something that is not really relevant, yeah, so in hot you would put your exams, and then something that is lower in priority than somewhere to cold, yeah. Then personal stuff, again, your goals, the tasks, archive, yeah, and the rest is mine. I want to show you how I also transfer the notes from books, yeah, so I read books when I'm when I was using public transport. Yeah, so I have an app on my phone, and this is the, I have a video, yeah, how you can use it. You can also highlight some of the passages in your phone, and then you send it to your email. So here you are. Yeah, we'll open the iBooks. Now just quickly, any book that you have, maybe it's connected to state exam again. I have some like English books that I'm using in teaching. Then as you read, you have some ideas. Okay, I can use this in my essay, or okay, this is a very nice idea, I want to develop it. I don't know, maybe there are some bloggers that want to become famous. You always need ideas for writing a good post. Yeah, so you highlight it, something that you like. Again, one more. It's highlighted in the app, and then you go to the whole notes. You select them all. I was highlighting some of the phrases of words that I liked that I've never heard before, or some ideas. You can also choose the colors, of course. So there are plenty. Then you need to choose to add it, and then share. You select everything and you send it to your email. You send it to your email, and from your email, you also transfer it to your Evernote. Yeah. So this is the system that will help you never lose any piece of information that you've received. And remember, when you go to classes, you always have to value your time. And if you value your time, you have to value the information that you are getting from the speaker. And I hope you've received my message that you always have to think what you eat, what your brain eats, and you always have to structure it, okay? So thank you so much. This is the last thank you slide, and could you please tell me if you have any questions? I would be happy to answer. So if you have some like technical questions, you can Google it online, or if it's something like you just don't know what to do, you can always reach out and send me an email. Yes, you can find it on our website of our university. Thank you, Emil. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope this information is valuable, because the information is everything right now. Thank you. Have a nice day as well. Okay, so I guess no questions. If so, you can have a look at the webinar again on the website. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much.